Hello and welcome to my mission. Today we're talking about Nintendo Switch. I'll be honest, I've seen a live letter yesterday, and I'm like, okay, this is like they had some good stuff, but a lot of it was locked behind either the subscription, which like I said, they're pushing the subscription, but on top of that, you gotta also buy extra equipment. Like for the game chat, you gotta buy a camera and so you can record your face. Of course, you gotta buy the also Joy Cons because, well, actually Joy Cons if you have friends because I don't think the ones from Switch One will work with Switch Two. Who knows? But probably Nintendo being Nintendo, they're like, yeah, we ain't doing this. Like we're gonna charge extra. Get that money, get that bling. We're gonna make our investors happy, so happy and stuff. So yeah, I saw it and I was like, okay. I mean, I'm kind of let down. I'll be honest. The Nintendo GameCube is only Switch 2 exclusive, which kind of sucks because I'll be honest, I love my original Switch and ain't I ain't jumping the gun for Switch 2 right now. I mean, I'll be honest, a 49 for 49, but it's 4.99 with the Mario Kart is actually, I'll be honest, a good price. Well, 4.49 and 4.99 because it sort of has a new system and stuff. But honestly, the last Nintendo Direct was a letdown. I mean, I saw it today and I was like, okay. I'd say like they got to hype up the Switch 2 and stuff, but some of the stuff was just really egregious. Like, okay, you can't just stick your cartridge, which is probably on purpose. You can't stick your Switch 1 cartridge into Switch 2. You gotta buy an upgrade pack to play the Switch 1 games on Switch 2. And depending on how much this upgrade pack is, that costs a lot of money. And I just think Nintendo is going full mask off in this moment. Like, give us your money. Like they got Mario dressed as like a freaking mafia guy, just with a gun pointed to every consumer's back and be like, "It's a me, Mario, give me money." Oh god, that was a really bad Mario impersonation. But anyways, they're becoming the Disney video games because I felt like this couple who talks about Disney, Cowfish TV, and when they talk, they're on YouTube. But when they talk about it, they like talk about how they're raising prices and trying to gouge consumers. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like Nintendo, and also with how crazy Nintendo is with suing people for copyright infringement. Like they're as bad as a mouse. I mean, it was an mad direct. I mean, what's really fun is the outrage. Like that's the most best part. Like you're just getting the popcorn and watching drama. Because part of that, I agree with that as a gamer. Nintendo has decided to raise their prices for their games. It's $80 for digital games and $90 for physical copies. And of course, everyone was pissed, and I'm like, yeah. To round off okay-ish Nintendo Direct, we're gonna gouge you again. And here's the issue. Gamers are pissed. The whole treehouse thing that's been going on today, all the gamers, and that's April 3rd, 2025. Just in case I post another day, or later on, like Friday. It's the gamers are pissed. They're saying they dropped the price. Then you got people saying that this is a tariff, which I'll get into because I don't think it's a tariff. I think they're blaming the tariffs, but we'll get into that. So the people are mad, saying that they want them to drop the prices, and they have an AI overview on YouTube, and mine was saying that people were either were asking to drop the price or memeing about increasing the price, and then some people were threatening to pirate the games and stuff. Granted, I don't think you should threaten to pirate games on Nintendo's official channels because that could be legal ammo against you. But whatever. It ain't me. I would just be like, drop the prices, Linda. So yeah. Like the whole Nintendo Direct, I was upset because, oh yeah, GameCube, like you can't put on a Switch 1. Come on. But back to the prices. So the whole thing with the prices is very interesting because Avowed was already $70. I thought it was 80. No, it was 70. It was probably one of those editions that they're charging 80, like an upgrade. So it could be like from 70 to question mark. I forgot the highest price. Assassin's Creed was around 70, but Deluxe Edition gets you more and more money. Same with Star Wars Outlaws. So this is nothing new. And I think, first of all, this is according to Grok. It's the years that where they published that GTA 5 cost around $100. 2023 of this is 2023 October 31st. Daily Star to continue with December 5th, Tech for Games. Other mentioned it throughout late 23, GameSpot, IGN, Take-Two's pricing comments. This is of 2024, March 2025 Gaming Bible, and this was when Kamala Harris was in office. April 10th, Game Rant. June 14th, Essentially Sports. July 23rd, Times Now. November 8th, X-Fire. December 12th, IGN, referencing Matthew Ball's report. So yeah, I think this has been in the works. Because they've been trying to push GTA 5, which is $100. Mainly games that have sort of special editions will charge extra money too. So it's not sort of a jump to say, hey, we're gonna raise the prices. Especially with the fact that the video game industry is in shambles right now. I mean, literally, I was watching a video where the GDC panel, there were people screaming outside of the state of the industry, and I'm like, you know what? I'm glad my dad told me sometimes to grow the fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? Because it's like you're looking at these people, and it's like, why you all you all gotta take responsibility. Like, you all push your customers out. You all told them that they were X, Y, and Z, and you started this sort of contentious relationship with your customers. May I add? So, of course, people are going to turn elsewhere, whether it be retro video games, video games made from China, Korea, Japan. But yeah, I'm just like, so with the Western video game industry, like I said, in shambles, of course, they're going to try to sort of get all the money they can, because at the end of the day, they're trying to go and make up for, lost revenue, first of all. And second of all, tariffs should be only on imported goods, not downloads. So why, if downloads should cost 70 or 60, not 80? Like, it just seems like an excuse to raise, because digital downloads should be cheap if that's the case, and they should remain the same price. I mean, you could argue, yes, $80 cheaper, but they raised the price still $10 or $20. Like, that is Nintendo being greedy. And plus, it's like $90 for Mario Kart. Here's the issue. It's going to force people, like I know people already said on YouTube that they might, might pirate it, but it's going to force people to pirate it to play it. Because, I'll be honest, gaming is recreation, and it's sort of not not something you need to survive. Like, you need food, water, shelter to survive. But gaming, not really. Like, and the first thing, if times are tough, people are gonna cut gaming. They want to, save money for, I don't know, a vacation or whatever. That's the first avenue, is sort of that sort of stuff, which is not needed. Or let's say, in my case, I used to buy games a lot when I was in college, and I didn't play them, so it sort of became where, I saw how much money I saved by, just not, like, sort of cutting it. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I only buy the games I want. And I think also the whole $90, $80 thing is just, everyone's pissed too, is because, yes, if you look back, the games were sort of the same price, but you were getting full games that were good, even though, yes, they had like sort of lower graphics and stuff. It was more done on pen and paper. Like these days, it's like, oh yeah, we'll charge you $90. Well, now $90, but we'll leave it at 90, and then you gotta pay like $40 for an expansion pack, $20 for DLC, for another 40 for a DLC pass, and it adds up. And then the game, instead of being, let's just say, one straight price of 90, it would be around 130 now. So I can understand why gamers are annoyed. I mean, I'm a little annoyed. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch the new Nintendo thing, and then once I saw they lower the prices, I just like sort of skipped through it a little bit. Like I watched a little bit of it, but I was like, yeah, I can't. Like that's too much. You're asking too much of me for an incomplete game. And also now this is just before we go, but they had a Donkey Kong game, which I'll be honest, I like the sort of platforming style, like this 3D platform style. I don't know. I don't get it. I think they should have stick with the old sort of 2D platformer style. Like they could have revamped the graphics, but they should have stayed with like sort of that's the older, not older, but the older method that worked. That's just me. I like the old Donkey Kong games. Like Donkey Kong 1 through 3 are pretty freaking solid, and that's why I have my Switch. So what do you guys think? Are you guys gonna buy a Switch too, or you're just gonna be like, I'm gonna teach my kid how to, build a computer and that's it, and call it a day. Anyways, have a good one. Thank you for listening. If you like what you're listening to, like, subscribe. Anyways, take care. Enjoy your day. Stay warm. Stay cool. Stay hydrated. And thank you for listening again. Bye.